Protesters in Brussels demonstrated against the visit of Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif Thursday in a show of solidarity with recent anti-government demonstrations in Iran. But once inside the European Union buildings, Zarif received a warmer welcome from EU counterparts, who insisted the 2015 nuclear deal is working.
It is delivering on its main goal, which means keeping the Iranian nuclear program in check and under close surveillance.
Britain's Foreign Minister Boris Johnson said Iran's other actions in the Middle East should not affect the nuclear deal.
We should, in parallel, not connected with the JCPOA, but in parallel, we should focus on what Iran can do to help resolve the appalling crisis in Yemen, to help push forward peace in Syria, and to help resolve other questions in the region.
The meeting came on the eve of a deadline for US President Donald Trump on whether to waive sanctions on Iran as part of the nuclear deal. US Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin told reporters Thursday the decision rests with the president, but he expects new additional measures from the White House.
I am expecting new sanctions on Iran. We continue to look at them. We've rolled them out, and I think you can expect there will be more sanctions coming.
The 2015 agreement saw some sanctions on Tehran lifted in return for a freeze on nuclear enrichment activity. The UN nuclear agency, the IAEA, says Tehran is complying with the terms of the deal. But Europe and the United States view the nuclear agreement differently, says analyst Paulina Isovitz.
From the US perspective, the agreement is, even though it's a nuclear agreement, it's more about just the nuclear. There's concern with Iran's ballistic missile program, Iran's regional activities. These issues are not as important in Europe.
Despite Europe's backing for the nuclear deal, Isovitz says its future hinges on President Trump's decision.
Even though all the parties have gone to great lengths to highlight that it's a multilateral agreement, it is the US, as a practical matter, remaining in the agreement that is vital to its future, primarily because of sanctions relief and how big of an impact it has.
All eyes are now on Washington as Donald Trump prepares to make what some say is one of the most important foreign policy decisions of his year-old presidency. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.